Welcome to the first ever episode of the A-List Movie Club. I'm your host, the game changer, Wes Truth. And I'm being joined by, go ahead and introduce yourself, boys.
Dominic?
John?
And every week we are going to be doing this new show. We're going to come together, select a movie each week, and give you our thoughts on it. So you'll get 3 different thoughts, and then we'll give you an average score of what we thought of the movie. There are going to be movies that could be great ones that are must-sees, or horrible movies that you should avoid at all costs. So, but that'll be fun. So for our first episode, I had the first pick, and I chose the 2011 movie Drive. Now, I haven't seen this film since its initial release in theaters, and you guys have never seen it. So I thought it would be a good pick so you guys can finally check this one out.
And it's because it was your man crush, Ryan Gosling.
So I'll start us off with a little synopsis of the film. A Hollywood stunt driver and mechanic, simply known as the Driver, moonlights as a criminal for hire getaway driver. The driver's boss, Shannon, makes a deal with Jewish mobsters to purchase a car for the driver to race. The driver becomes friendly with his next-door neighbor, Irene, and her son, Benicio, and becomes romantically interested in her. Unfortunately, Irene is married, and her husband, Standard Gabriel, comes back home after a stint in prison.
And now that you don't have to see the movie anymore, because Wesley explained the whole thing to you.
You should see the trailer, which I'm going to talk about in a minute here.
Why?
The driver.
That was basically the back of the box, so he didn't really spoil anything.
Exactly, and that's what it said on the Netflix synopsis.
Okay.
The driver soon finds out Standard is still in trouble and that Irene and Benicio are in danger as well. He ends up getting mixed up in Standard's problem, which is much more complex than it seems, and hopes to get the family and himself out of the tricky situation they're in. So Drive was directed by Nicholas Winding Refn, who is a Danish director, also known for the movie Bronson, which he directed before this film, starring Tom Hardy, and afterwards Only God Forgives, also starring Ryan Gosling, and The Neon Demon. Both of those movies, those last 2 I have seen, and they're both very pretentious.
Didn't he direct the Alphabets commercial too?
He might have. I don't know.
I have the Neon Demon. I got it at the dollar store, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's an odd one. I'll tell you that.
I never heard of Bronson.
Yeah, I've heard of it here and there. So this film has been known to split viewers, and I can really understand why. It's really an art house film that was very much misleading when it was marketed as a Fast and the Furious type film, which gave many viewers false expectations. If you watch the trailer, it basically shows the entire film, but it totally misses the entire tone of the movie.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it art house. I think I might call it more shit house.
So let me finish this. In fact, a woman came out with a lawsuit for the film because of its lack of action. Thankfully, the film became popular and gained a bit of a cult following from word of mouth. So, who wants to talk first?
Let me go first. Sorry, John.
It's okay. Go ahead.
First of all, I'm not a huge Ryan Gosling fan. I liked him in La La Land, and I liked him in the Nice Guys or Nice Boys, whatever they were.
The Proud Boys.
The Nice Guys, I think.
Neither
I don't know.
one of which I've seen.
Okay, so first of all, I thought the first 10 minutes was very promising. Okay, I thought it was a cool little car chase, kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, and then it ground to a stone halt. That movie, it ground on for on and on and on until you got to the inevitable climax of the movie. First of all, I don't think Gosling could have acted himself out of a paper bag in that movie. He was monotone, and I know that's the type of character he's supposed to play, but you're supposed to sound like a monotone, kind of like a tough guy, not the village idiot. Okay, which to me he came off as that. Okay, I love Albert Brooks. I think Albert Brooks is one of my favorite actors of all time. He is normally very, very funny, and I was really impressed with how he played this character because it's completely out of character for Albert Brooks. I think overall, if you want my synopsis and my grade,
don't score it yet.
I would probably no score it. To me, it was nothing, not too much more than an average movie.
All right.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't hate it or anything like that. It's just like it was like so. Am I better for seeing it? No, But if I never have seen it, but am I glad I saw it? Yeah, maybe not, but it's okay. It wasn't like some trash. I don't know how they get art house film out of this because I don't think it was a real art house type film.
The way it's shot.
Well, maybe yeah. But like I said, I liked Bryan Cranston in it. I liked Ron Perlman in it. I liked Albert Brooks in it, but I don't like Ryan Gosling. I mean, he just turns me off, honestly. Any movie he's in automatically gets knocked down a star in my ratings. So I don't know. It's just my personal beef with Ryan Gosling. So that's it.
All right, John, you want to go ahead and give your 2 cents?
Wow, does the guy owe you money or something? What did Ryan Gosling ever do to you? Jeez, Dominic.
No, I don't think he's a really good actor. I really don't. I think he plays essentially the same kind of character in every movie. And every movie I've seen him in, though, he's got that monotone where I don't think he gives much emotion in his performances. I mean, in the stuff I've seen, okay, and it's nothing against him because he's probably one of the nicest guys in the world that you can meet. And I'm not saying anything personally about him, but you know how there's certain people in the movies that you just say, "Ah, man, I just don't get their popularity," and he's one of them. Nothing nasty against him, It's just that I just don't get the popularity. Hey, girl.
I think The Notebook really helped him.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
I never heard of him until The Notebook, and then that made him like a heartthrob. And that is a good movie. I mean,
yeah, I like it.
I don't know. I didn't know what to expect because I don't really think of Ryan Gosling as like an action star. La La Land and Notebook, those are all sort of dramas or romantic type movies. I don't really think of him as a badass. So I was caught off guard by that. And was it like 20 minutes into the movie before he even says a word? Like I thought the movie was muted or something. I'm like, does he talk? What the hell movie is this? I thought maybe that's his character. Maybe he's like mute or something. Like I don't know. Maybe that's why he just drives. He doesn't talk. I don't know. I didn't really buy the romance. Like, how do they like each other? Because the scenes we see together, they don't even speak to each other, unless there were scenes that got cut out. But like, they don't even talk. Like,
yeah, there was no chemistry between them.
No. I mean, she's
No.
a cute girl. I don't really know who she is, but yeah, there was like nothing there. The kid was cute. I like that.
Yeah, the kid was the cutest part of the movie.
Yeah, he was cute, but I don't get like I don't know. It did sort of become a different movie sort of halfway through. Like he helps the husband, and then all of a sudden it's like a crime caper movie. I'm not sure what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like an action thriller crime drama movie. I don't
Trying
know.
to wear too many hats.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
Like I've said, John, it's not a bad movie. I mean, it's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's not like a haunted house or something like that, or but it's I don't know. It's just to me it's a perfect movie if you want to waste a couple hours.
Yeah, it's a good like Sunday afternoon.
Right.
Nothing else to do. It's a rainy day or whatever. Just put it on and watch it kind of movie.
Yeah, exactly. Now we'll get back to Wesley. We'll get back to Wesley, and he'll be crying because we both.
I didn't hate it. I wasn't bored.
Hate it either.
No, I wasn't bored. I just was like, okay, it happened. It was a movie. Like,
yeah,
it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right.
Okay, so
it was no Travolta flick, I can tell you that.
No, that's for sure. I didn't realize all these stars were in it. So I watched it. I'm like, oh shit, Bryan Cranston and Rod Perlman, Albert Brooks, Oscar Isaac. Like all these people were like, oh, I didn't know that this kind of cast in it.
Yeah, it's a big cast.
Stellar cast.
Very, yeah. I've never seen Albert Brooks play a bad guy before, so that was different.
Yeah, I know. That's why I really enjoyed that. Because normally he's kind of the self-depreciating, woe is me kind of Jew. That's what he plays. I don't mean that as an insult, but that's the type of character he plays.
Even as Nemo's dad in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the last thing he was even in? I was surprised to see him. Like, I didn't know he did movies anymore.
I don't know. It's been a while. There's an old movie with him and Meryl Streep in it called Defending Your Life. That is just a great movie. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Okay. I've never seen that one. Okay.
So I really enjoyed this movie. I originally gave it A-list approved in my initial review, and it was actually on my top of 2000, not on the top, but it was in my top of 2011 list. So rewatching it, I thought, well, let's see if it was as good as I remember. So I like that if the movie immediately sets up the driver's world and his rules, where the first scene is him saying, all right, you got 5 minutes. If you're not out of the place you're robbing by then, I'm out of there. I don't have a gun. All I do is drive. And it just sets it up right away, what he kind of does.
Right. No part of the plan, doesn't want a part of the money, just
Yeah. I thought the action scenes that are here are amazing. I love that opening chase scene and love that they did it from the perspective of the driver. That's all filmed in the car, that first chase scene. And I love that he's listening to the basketball game and that he times it out that way so he can make his exit with that. I thought that's just a great opening scene. I think it has a lot of great violence when the violence.
That was graphically violent.
Yeah.
It was graphic.
Definitely between the shootouts and definitely in the elevator scene where let's
don't just say nothing.
Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely some great violence there. I think it's a very. Go ahead.
I admit I jumped without spoiling anything in the hotel.
Yeah.
With the girl.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit! Like, yeah, didn't expect that. That got me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a very stylish film and a beautiful looking movie. The shots of the LA nightlife.
What the frick were you watching?
See, that's what I love about this. We can have totally different opinions.
Shot.
we can have definitely different opinions about stuff.
Oh, come on.
Beautifully shot is like works well with others. What does that even really mean?
I know.
That's great.
I also really, I know Dominic didn't really care for this part, but I love the retro soundtrack of basically 80s like type sounding music. And I like that it plays an important part into the story, actually, if you listen to the lyrics, about how he wants to get out of the crime world and become a hero. I like that whole kind of theme there. While it does slow down a little bit in the middle, it does set up the whole rest.
No. It doesn't slow down in the middle. It grinds to a halt and throws itself in reverse. That's what it did in the middle.
It does set up the whole rest of the movie, so I'll give it some slack for that.
It was, I don't know, like I don't know. I maybe it's the Ryan Gosling tattoo you have on your ass, but I don't know. It's just, I'm
not done.
I didn't see it the way you saw it. Okay?
Right. I actually liked the amount of quiet scenes and lack of dialogue, which might be awkward, but I thought it's kind of a change of what we're used to with, fast talking and, loud conversations and stuff in this type of movie. I thought it was just different and I enjoyed it. While the story is rather basic, I thought it's executed very smart. It takes the cliches. You might think it's going one way, like, oh, is this guy involved in this way? But it spins it, and it has some surprising and suspenseful moments. I did find the character of the driver to be very interesting, as he doesn't talk much. He's socially awkward, but I was still engaged with him, wondering what he's gone through in his dark past and what he'll do
you know
next.
anything about him.
Yeah, so you're sort of like, what exactly has this guy done in his past that he could be this violent so quick?
Who cares? My God, Wesley, you're making this movie out to be Citizen Kane. This movie this is a middle of the road caper movie.
For you,
Nothing
it was.
Nothing more.
So
he doesn't try to even hide his face, except for that one part where he puts the mask on.
Yeah.
He wears that bloody scorpion coat the whole time. Like, he makes no effort to even try to cover up his crimes. Like the one guy beats the hell out of him in front of all those naked chicks.
Yeah.
He didn't bother to hide what he was doing. Yeah.
And John, what was up with that Karate Kid Cobra Kai coat?
Oh, if you look into the lore of this movie, there's definitely stuff that talks about this.
Oh, Jesus, the lore of this movie. The lore of this movie. Oh,
it's out there, man. It's out there on YouTube.
This movie deserves lore. There's no reason this movie deserves lore. This movie doesn't deserve anything like that. Now, see, just because you're talking like this, it's bringing my ranking even further down.
What is this, the Drive Cinematic Universe? What the hell?
I know. The lore behind this movie.
Well, there's a lot that went into it.
I do know a few facts from IMDb. I don't know if anybody cares, but
sure.
They originally wanted Hugh Jackman to play the part.
Wow,
I can see that.
That would have
which
been
would have made it a different movie, I think.
Yeah, it could have been.
And there was a lot of scenes of dialogue between him and the girl, and what's her name, Carey Mulligan.
Yeah.
And Ryan Gosling both decided that it would fit the role and the driver better if they cut those scenes out, so there was no talking. Bryan Cranston improvised a lot of his lines because he thought since the driver doesn't talk, that he should talk extra for the both of them.
That makes sense.
That's pretty
That's why
cool.
he's sort of
That
like a
makes
motor
sense.
mouth. And he was sort of like has to carry the conversation both ways. That's why he talks so much.
Right. I love Bryan Cranston. I think Bryan Cranston is a great actor.
He was good.
Really do.
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen him in a lot of other stuff, of course, Breaking Bad, but other movies he's been in. I think he's a very versatile actor. Not like Ryan Gosling.
I saw Breaking Bad.
You've never seen that show?
I liked him in never saw Breaking Bad, no.
John,
not
honestly,
1 minute of it, nope.
No lie, it may be the greatest television series of all time. Honestly, it is intense. It is incredible. It is. I mean, that's just
like
it on Netflix. I find it there.
I said I even like it.
Yeah.
It
might be on Netflix.
I liked him in was it Godzilla?
Yeah.
First Godzilla he was in, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And he was in that movie. He was the
dad on Malcolm in the Middle.
And he was in that movie Why Him with James Franco and
I have it.
Yeah.
Yep. I haven't seen it, but I have it.
That's an okay movie. Okay, Wesley.
All right, so we'll start with Dominic and go around, and we'll rate this bad boy.
So we're doing on a scale of 1 to 10. How are we doing the rating?
1 to 10.
10 is Gone with the Wind.
And Drive, according to Wesley.
And 1 is anything Travolta's made in the last 20 years. Okay.
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth. That's great.
All right. Since I started, I'll go first. I was going to give this movie about a 6. Okay. I think I'm going to drop it to a 4.
Oh my God.
I really am. Now that I know that there's these pretentious assholes out there that have lore about this movie, I give it a 4. I give it a 4.
So you would recommend it?
Ryan Gosling, if you ever see this, you may be the nicest guy in the world, and we probably could be friends, but I think you act like shit. Okay?
So would you recommend it for...
You know what? There's parts of it I would recommend it for. I would probably still recommend it. I think it's just for my personal style and likability, it's 3. But I could see how some people, you, for example, would really like this movie because it's just,
It's got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
Well, they're obviously idiots. They are obviously idiots.
That was just Wes voting a bunch of times.
Yeah.
If you look under the reviews, it's all me.
Yeah.
Different names, just kept voting.
That's funny. No, like I said, I have recommended it to a couple people at work. I said, if you haven't seen this movie, you might like it. It's pretty cool. But for me, it didn't do it for me.
Like I said, it's a very polarizing movie.
I thought the violence was unnecessary. The overdone, graphically violent.
I loved it.
I also think, now that I think about it, the plot seemed to be a little more complicated than it had to be. Like, these gangsters are screwing these gangsters, and the partners are sort of screwing each other, and it's like, it didn't have, for that kind of movie, it didn't have to be that overcomplicated. Just saying.
Right.
Could have been a simple, like you said, like a revenge movie. Like, oh, they're messing with this girl I like, I'm gonna go kill all these people.
Right.
Which has been done a million times. I know. That's basically every Steven Seagal movie. But I don't know. I'd probably give it like a 5. Like it's not horrible. It's not fantastic. It's okay. It's sort of a
right. So now we're about to hear Wesley's review on this movie and what he gives. I figured if we're going to do the average of the three of us for the how this is rated, it's probably going to come out of 9 because Wesley's going to give it a 27 out of 10. you know,
yeah.
It's got Ryan Gosling in it. 27 out of 10.
I didn't even watch it. I just stared at the cover for 2 hours. It's the greatest thing I ever saw.
Okay, so, go ahead, Wesley.
Anyway, originally I gave it A-list approved, and I would stand by that on my score. So if I had to give it a number, I guess I'd go with a 9 for
Jesus
Christ. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the best movies of 2011. So, and I have to look at exactly what came out that year, but I'm sure it'll still be on there.
It's been a shit year for movies.
It basically gets a 6.3 then.
Yeah, as an average score.
Oh, that's much too good for that movie. No,
I liked it. It was enjoyable. Like I wasn't bored.
No, and John made a good point. It's a great movie if you're just hanging out at home, got nothing to do, and want to pop in a movie that you're going to be entertained with. Because it did entertain me, but I look for something more usually.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst I've ever seen.
Definitely, no. No, and a lot of the shit I'm giving Ryan Gosling is just it's like trying to be a little bit funny. I don't know if I hit the mark or not. I mean, I don't hate Ryan Gosling. I don't know. I just don't see what the thing is with him. I just don't. I don't think he's a particularly good actor, especially in movies like he was in that. What was that one about the gangster movie?
Gangster
Wesley?
Squad.
Oh, good God. That movie should have been. He should be in jail
either.
for that. He should be in jail for that movie. For impersonating an actor.
I've only ever seen The Notebook and this one. That's all I've seen by him.
Oh wow!
Really? I'll tell you
what.
I
never saw La La Land.
La La Land is
a Blade Runner.
La La Land is a masterpiece. It really is. And
I do want to see it. Yeah.
And The Nice Guys or whatever with him and Russell Crowe is a great movie. It's just an absolute great movie. So let's choose a movie.
For
Go ahead, Dominic.
week,
Wes did it this time.
All right.
Yeah, you choose.
You know what? I've been flipping and flopping. There's 3 that I really want to do. Die Hard, because it's getting close to Christmas. It's a second greatest Christmas movie of all time. The Breakfast Club, which is just one of my all-time favorite movies. But we're going to do this one. We're going to do the Clint Eastwood classic, Unforgiven, because Wesley's never seen that.
Oh, man, that's a great movie.
I know. Yeah, hey,
all right.
I have it. Yes. Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, Clint Eastwood. That's enough right there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Take it easy, John. Wes, we'll also get together next week, and we will pound out The Unforgiven.
John, you want to talk about a little bit about your podcast?
Sure. I'm one of the first hosts on the podcast called We Like Wrestling. We get together every week and just discuss wrestling, current events, like the latest pay-per-views, or we'll do a theme. Like right now, we're probably gonna do one on Undertaker since it's his 30th anniversary. Do like some of his highlights and greatest moments. We do tournaments every month. I make up. It's sort of my thing, as you know. Yeah, just check it out. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you find podcasts.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, it's a great one. I've listened to it before. If you're a wrestling fan, definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's just four guys sitting around talking about wrestling as if we were at a bar. You know, we try to keep it very loose and casual. We don't have like a script or anything we follow. We just sort of riff, you know. Like I think we used to do. We hung out, just talk, you know.
All right. Well, we will be back next week where we're going to talk about Unforgiven. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTruePaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAlist. Until next time, truth out.